There we go. So we'll start off with the basics. What's your name?
Dennis Bean,
Dennis Bean. And Dennis, where were you born?
Spokane.
Oh, so you are right at home. Not far. I get people that moved here from all over the place. So that's...
Yeah,
Which one of the hospitals were you born at? Do you remember?
Deaconess.
At Deaconess, okay. And how old are you?
75,
75? What's your birthday?
11/25/47.
Oh, my son's birthday is 11/25/2008, but same day. He's a good boy, so I think you're a good guy.
Okay.
If you believe in all that star stuff. Do you know where your parents came up with your name? Are you named after anybody?
I can't tell you that.
Yeah? You didn't have an uncle or something?
Can't tell you that.
They must have just liked the
Didn't have
name.
any uncle by the name of Dennis, but
They must have just liked the name.
yeah,
Do you have siblings? Are you
no,
no?
dead.
Well, but did you?
I have a brother and a sister,
What were their names?
Sharon and Bill.
Sharon and Bill. But they passed away.
Yep.
What comes to your mind about growing up in Spokane? What did you like to
I
do?
grew up in Spokane.
You didn't grow. Okay. So you were born here and you came back, but where'd you grow up?
Elk and Shawila.
Oh, okay. What kind of things did you like to do in Elk and Shawila growing up?
A little bit of everything, but we had a dairy ranch at Elk, and then in '63 we sold that and bought a cattle ranch up at Shawila.
So, were you a rancher as an adult or just when you were a child?
Oh no. Me and my partner would, it's hard to believe it. Yesterday was his birthday, and he was, he would have been 75. And anyway, he got prostate cancer and died 10 years ago. It don't seem like it's been 10 years ago, but it has.
Time goes fast. So he was a Valentine baby?
He was,
And so he was your partner in business?
yeah.
Okay. So, how old were you when you lived in Elk and Shawila?
Well, I started the first grade in Elk,
Oh, okay.
and then the 8th grade is when we moved to Shawila.
So you moved around a little bit, but still the same Eastern Washington area.
Oh yeah.
Not too far. What kind of things did you love to do as a kid before high school? So your younger kid days.
I don't know. Build things.
You like to build things? What kind of things did you like to build?
Anything.
Did you have a best friend when you were a kid?
Oh yeah.
Do you remember their name?
Roy Hayes. Rick Bunn.
Are they still around?
Yeah.
Do you ever talk to them?
Yeah. Rick lives up at Newport, and I don't know if Roy's still living in Spokane or not.
That you all stayed in this area?
But as far as I know, they're dead.
But that's nice though to have friends for 60 plus years.
Oh yeah.
Not a lot of people can say that. Did you have a favorite teacher in school?
Yeah.
Who was it?
Mr. Buckles.
What did Mr. Buckles teach?
Everything, because back then they didn't teach just one subject, they taught them all.
Was he over a grade? Like,
What?
what was he like 5th grade, or was he your teacher for a long time?
Mm, I don't remember.
That's fine. What was it about Mr. Buckles that you liked?
Not yet, because he made me work. Under him, I was a straight A student.
Really? That's impressive.
Yeah,
It's a good teacher that makes you want to learn. So then, you went to high school in Chewelah? Is that where
Yeah.
you were? So what did you like to do in high school?
play football, shop, wood shop. Wasn't like English and Washington history. I didn't really care for them, but I did it. Especially Washington history, because the teacher didn't like me and I didn't like her either. So
That does make it hard to learn. You just don't even want to be there.
yeah,
What position did you play in football?
defensive end.
So you were a tough guy.
Yeah,
It's all that ranching.
Yeah.
Make you strong. Did you have a favorite pet when you were a kid?
favorite pet
Mm-hmm.
had lots of them.
Yeah.
Horses, dogs, cats.
You're an animal lover?
Yep.
That's good. What were you like as a child? What would your parents have said about you?
Well, nothing out of the normal.
Nothing. Well, because then the next part of the question is, what of those features do you still have?
All of them, I guess.
All of them. Well, it sounds like you had good ones. You're a hard worker, a good student, a tough football player. Those are all good attributes to have. Did you ever get in trouble when you were a kid?
Oh yeah.
What'd you
What
do?
kid don't?
Some won't say it, but sometimes I get the best stories when I ask that question.
Yeah.
What kind of things did you get in trouble for?
Well, you name it, I did it.
Just a little naughty?
Yeah.
Had to test your limits?
Mm-hmm.
Chewelah is a small town, isn't it?
Yeah.
About 1,000 people?
No. About three.
Yeah, but
3,500.
small enough to get in trouble, but someone was going to tell on you too.
Yeah.
You're going to get caught. Did your mom make a favorite meal? Did you have a favorite meal growing up as a kid that your mom made?
No.
So when did you go in the military?
July 19th, 1967.
Was it right after you graduated?
About 4 months, 3 months.
Yeah, that same year.
Yeah.
What branch of the military were you in?
Army.
Army? Did you go anywhere cool when you were in the Army?
What?
Did they send you anywhere cool when you were in the Army?
Vietnam.
Did you go to Vietnam? How
Twice.
How was it?
Different.
And I know it was wartime, but did you get to do anything cool or interesting while you were there?
Several things.
Anything you want to share?
Huh?
Anything you want to share with me?
Oh. Hard to pick one out.
You can share them all. You don't have to pick one.
Well,
I want to hear everything, Dennis.
we'd still be here next year if I shared them all.
Well, that makes me happy that you had that many good times.
Yeah. my dad had about had a heart failure when I told him I was going back for second tour. He said, well, you already did your tour. I said, I know, Dad, but I can save lives. And that means the most to me. Well, what about you? And I said, Dad, I said, I'm pretty good at what I do. So, anyway, he was really bragging me up around the wheel.
So you were pretty good at what you did. What'd you do in the Army?
Well, I went over as an engineer, and anyway, was sent TDY to a Special Forces camp, and I ended up joining them. Well, they asked me to join, and I said, I'm not going back to Fort Bragg. Oh, no, we'll just send you down at the Trang. You can do your training down there, he said. Besides that, it's only like 2 weeks. Well, I said, I think I could handle 2 weeks, so I did. And after my first tour, I say they screwed up on my order, but they didn't. They wanted me back in the States on went to Fort Knox. I was in the Test Evaluation Command. That's where the Army, you tested all the new equipment the Army's going to buy anywhere from, you name it, that was tested down at the Carpenter testing station. And so anyway, and of course it met some of the Kentucky girls and everything, and so we had built quite a relationship and what have you. And anyway, they sent me to Bay City, Michigan, at American Hoist and Derrick. This crane that was built by them had killed a lot of people because of it was the carrier. It was screwing up. Nobody ever told me when I was working on this that there was a problem. But anyway, I fixed it. I drilled out a bunch of orifices and changed a few pumps and what have you. And so anyway, they sent me up there to go to school on it. That's what they said, but that wasn't what. And I asked him, I said, well, you fix the problem? Oh yeah, we fixed that. Huh. So anyway, spent a week or so in school and just learned about the engine and everything, which I already knew all about that. And so anyway, he goes out there. They had it driving around in a circle about as big as the parking lot out here. That wasn't where the problem showed up. So anyway, there was a long road heading out of there, and I headed down that, and sure as shit, it still had the same problem. Take the shimmy-in, and that's what it, take the shimmy-in and then run off the road. And so, anyway, we got back. Oh, you're not supposed to go down there. And I said, yeah, I know. I can see why you don't want me to go down there. But I said, I'm going to tell you one thing. I'm not signing off on it. Oh, you got to. They tried to bribe me and all this and everything else, the senators and everything from Michigan. And I said, well, why don't you pay the people that their son got killed on them son of a bitches? And I said, that might make things a little bit better. Well, that kind of shut him up.
How old were you when you retired? How many years did you do in the Army?
3.
You did 3, and you did 2 tours in 3 years? You just
Yeah.
went right back. So what was your rank when you retired?
E5.
E5? And then, so I heard you won an award when Jeanette was introducing us. What was that?
It what?
You won an award for being a veteran recently? Jeanette just said you were talking to somebody about
Oh, I
it.
got. Well, I'll show you the newspaper article on it today. See, I moved so much they could never catch up with me. So anyway, I had, what the hell was it? 9 medals coming today could never catch up with me, so shit, damn near 50 years later, that catches up with me and I get to. But anyway, they had a big award up Colville there for me and everything. And Kathy McMorris, which is our state representative, and she awarded all these because I've known Kathy ever since she was 7 years old. And
Is she from Colville or Chewelah? Is Kathy from Colville or Chewelah?
Kettle Falls.
Kettle Falls. That's
Yeah.
pretty neat. You know, important people.
Uh-huh.
So what, you had 9 medals. What were they for?
Like I told, I don't remember.
Okay, I'll read on the article, but if you remembered, I was going to have you tell the whole world.
Yeah.
You should be proud.
Yeah, I can't remember that, I got a little picture in the paper there that where someone was put on my jacket and everybody said, put it on, put it on. I said, well, I'm going to tell you what. When I got this jacket, I just got out of the hospital 4 days ago. And I said, I spent 38 days in that hospital. And I went from 235 pounds down to 125 pounds.
I was going to say, you don't look 235 now.
And anyway, but I said I couldn't even put my arm in there. And I was right, I couldn't. But, so anyway, they hung it on the chair and put them on that way.
I'll look up the article. Was it in the Spokesman Review?
Chewelah Independent, I got it upstairs.
Oh, okay. When we're done, if you would show it to me, because I bet I can look it up online so I can read it.
Oh,
They put most things online nowadays.
yeah,
Were you ever married?
yeah, 50 years.
50 years? Tell me about her. What's her name?
Georgia.
I love that name. Where did you meet Georgia?
Oh, well, I'd seen her around before, but I actually met her at this diner where we got to know one another, and my partner that just died,
Mm-hmm.
of 38 years, that, well, he didn't just die, he'd been dead for 10 years, because Valentine's Day was his birthday. And that was her ex-husband. Kind of surprised the hell out of everybody when it was. But anyway, it was we had a lot of fun in that 38 years.
Did you guys have kids?
One
Girl or boy?
boy,
What's his name?
Shane.
Shane. Is he still around here?
Yeah, Kettle or Colville.
Does he have kids?
Yes, but he didn't get to keep them in the divorce and everything, and so they get the granddaughter. She comes every other week. And of course, his son, that was from a different mother. He don't talk to her no more, or don't talk to him anymore. So anyways, that's about the way it goes.
Do the kids come see you at all, or are they too young to come by themselves?
What's that?
Do your grandkids come see you at all, or are they too young to come by themselves?
Too young to go by themselves.
That's I wondered.
Only 9.
Can't drive a car at 9.
Yeah.
I bet you did. I bet you were driving a truck at 9.
Yeah, tractor.
Where did you and Georgia get married?
Chewila.
In Chewila? At a church or?
No, Justin, the Peace, was a good friend of mine, so we got married at his house.
How old were you when you got married?
25.
I figured you guys were pretty young, and so she must have married really young the first time.
She was.
Yeah.
Just turned 16.
So what was you were a rancher as an adult? That was your career?
No, I had logging outfit and construction outfit. And,
Is that your company?
no, just a good friend of mine. We growed up together.
Yeah.
I worked for him for about 3 years. Then I got hurt. And anyway, that kind of ended that. So anyway, I went on a road crew for a while with him and did that and had a lot of fun. So
That's fun. Were you an engineer outside of the Army or just in the military?
military.
Because you had said that you were an engineer. If you had a message to give to your son and grandchildren, what would you say?
What?
A message. Words of wisdom.
A message?
Yeah. Something that they can watch this 100 times and hear you telling them that.
Well, my son pretty much growed up with it. I mean, he started running skidder when he was 8. And anyway, after he been a truck driver most all of his life, so still doing it.
But I meant, would you give him any words of wisdom?
No, because he wouldn't take them. Told Larry that about it. Great idea, except for one thing. When I got home, it didn't have no needle on one side.
Because it drug it.
So anyway, I said, we'll just put that one towards the window. We live right on the Newport Highway, right there at the Spokane, Pondray County line and everything. And he said, wow, nobody ever noticed it. They did, you know, because the other side tree, well, the whole tree was really a pretty tree. But so anyway, That idea didn't work out with the dam.
With the dam?
No, dragging your Christmas tree to the house don't work.
Well, Dennis, I'm supposed to ask you a couple of questions about your opinions of the world.
What's that?
Your opinions of the world. So, what do you think the world needs more of?
More of back in the 50s and 60s where people was close and you went and helped your neighbor out when he needed it and never asked for no pay and they come and help you out and everything. That don't happen no more.
No.
It now don't have no problem no more.
Sometimes you just gotta let people know you're not gonna put up with bad behavior.
Yep.
So, I had asked if you wanted to give your son any advice, but how about you give me some advice? What should I do to be happy? What's your advice, Dennis? Because you've had a pretty good life considering you had a hard childhood.
Just 2 years.
I'm glad it was only 2 years. But
It changed me. I gotta say that. But it was also an education for the rest of life. I swore to God I was never gonna be like that son of a bitch, and everything he did, I was just the opposite. But advice for you, I would say that to make yourself as happy as you can. You married?
I am.
Have long talks with your husband. And a lot of intimate time together.